I talked today about this idea of ways to advance your businesses in tough times and those kinds of concepts. And I'll sort of cop to the fact that, you know, this is sort of original stuff, but not really, because I talk to a lot of people all day long. And one of the questions I always ask small businesses is, how are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on with your business? And so along the way, you can collect a lot of ideas and things that people are talking about. So a lot of these things, you know, you're going to hear, you're probably thinking about or doing, etc. But, you know, sort of put them together and sort of remind you of them, maybe how you think about them differently. Maybe you'll go back and get to stress out somebody in your office with, hey, I have an idea that I want to do. We know how that goes. You hear something, you go back, and people go, oh, no, they heard another speech. You know, go back to that, leave me alone, I don't want to do that. But I guess I wanted to find out, first of all, where's your head right now? How are you guys doing? How off will your sales this year be from your sales 3 years ago? Anybody off more than 10% or less from 3 years ago? Off more than 10 to 25% in that range? 25% or more? 50% or more? Okay, because if you're there, you need a consultant, not a speaker. So I'm glad that nobody's there, because so will this year be better than last year? How many of you folks feel like this year is going to be better than last year? You're starting to see that already? Okay, the rest of you are still going to wait to sort of see how it goes. Most folks that I talk to say they'll be happy this year if they just sort of did what they did last year. They won't be happy about it, but they'll be glad to get there. But not a lot of folks are predicting a whole lot of growth this year. They're sort of looking more towards 2011. Probably at the end of this year, some folks will start saying they're looking more towards 2012. So we'll see what happens. But I think that folks generally are looking to try to stabilize a bit this year. How many of you are on the brink of moving on to the next thing? Anybody here at that point where they're sort of saying, I'm not sure I'm going to be doing this anymore because I'm just not sure it makes sense? Okay, good. So most of you, I mean, all of you look like you're committed to keep doing it and keep trying to get it done. So maybe some of these ideas or some of these observations might help you a little bit with what you're thinking about. So when we talk about advancing your business, what do we mean? I think, you know, you could interpret that a lot of ways. To me, I sort of look at it as being more profitable. Whether that means increasing your revenues or reducing your costs, taking your business forward means being more profitable in your business. One way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is at least positioning your business for the rebound when it comes, that you'll be ready to sort of take on that next level of work. We all know that it will come back at some point, maybe at a little different level, but we're not thinking that it's going to continue to drop. We've sort of seen a flattening of things and maybe an increase in some areas. I'm starting to see positive signs. When you talk to lawyers and advertising people, they can sort of tell you what they're seeing. And lawyers are seeing less bankruptcies, and they're seeing more sort of possible transactions. And the advertising people are seeing a little bit more strength in sort of some of the things that are happening out there. So those are positive signs that there's maybe some good things to come here.